Hello, racing patrons, very good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the Bangalore 17th February 2023 races, folks. A card of 7 events, folks. Two are no whip races. One's a Class 5B, one's a baby race, one's a Class 3 pure Matka type. I can make a case of 9 runners in that race. So hang on to your retainer, folks. You don't have to bet all the races. I get a very big kick out of people who I think they have gotten this thing wrong. Anybody who taught you or brought you to the racetrack, did he say that you have to bet each race? Otherwise, you'll be thrown out of the racetrack? I don't know. Be selective today, especially. Races are very competitive, uh, and winner finding is difficult. Place bet would be a better option in some of the races, folks. No question about it. Going straight to the races, folks. First race is called the Sunday Silence Plate Division 2. It brings back lots of memory to me. There was a horse called Sunday Silence who won the Kentucky Derby for Charlie Whittingham. He was trained at Santa Anita, and her exercise rider name was Pamela. She was the one who relaxed him. He was very hyper horse. Even in the Derby, I think he shifted, went way wide. Patrick Valenzuela, I think, rode. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, it's a class 4 race, folks, but horses are more like class 5 anyway. There is a horse called Cluckner by Rajan Agarwal, lucky owner by all means. He always looked very attractive. Last time also he did. Uh, ran a okay sort of a race, could be in the money today. There is another very attractive horse in here called Altair. If you see him in the paddock, you want to bet Peti Patara's, but runs a decent kind of a race, but nothing out of ordinary that you can bet confidently. I did bet him in place, I think, last time. Slingshot is another one going at the bottom weight, but still a maiden, folks. But Suckline is riding, so these three horses look, and Baroness, these three I look carefully. Today, of all the day, folks, paddock fitness and body weight and betting trend is very, very important today. Uh, because some of these horses are quite closely matched and all. Race number 2, folks, a very big no-no for me. It's a class 5, folks. Subar Narekha Plate Division 1600, a mile race, folks. There's a horse called Memorable Time. He'll be the favorite. I don't think I want to put a tenner on a win in this race at all. Sekhmet is there, and then there is a horse called Altamont. But folks, honestly speaking, if you avoid this, Altamont gets a tongue strap today, Sekhmet gets cross-nose band off. That may help, who knows. These are very average, mediocre horses, folks. My honest advice, just leave that damn race alone. Race number 3, folks, is the Charminar Plate for class 4 race, folks. The safest jodi I can see is the Stormy Ocean and Triumphant. Stormy Ocean ran a decent fifth in the Derby, but this Darius and Parvati's horses, they work them too fast and hard. They don't necessarily perform the way they track. But he is a good horse. He is very well bred. Speaking of which, Sherman Oaks, very good mare. Triumphant also ran very good race at Santorini, whatever, however you pronounce. Suraj is riding that horse. I think the one of them I'll select and probably have only other bet for the day. Race number 4, folks, the Dr. T. Thamaiya Memorial Trophy, 1200 meters, class 3. As always, class 3 races are quite competitive. 50% or more favorites kind of go out of the board. There are 4 horses come into reckoning, folks. A horse called Aherine, and there is a horse called Devil's Magic, Montelina, and Extraordinary. I will select in the paddock fitness and body weight and betting trend. Very difficult on the paper. The race number 5th, folks, the Bangalore Juvenile Million Grade 3 1400 meter, folks. One horse really stands out for me, the horse called Sassy. He had a very, very impressive mock race. Suleiman Atoli, like Padmanabh, like Paddy, like John Gosden, like Pacey, always instructions for the babies are take it easy, go slow, go slow. He could have won that mock race if the jockey was instructed to do so, but I'm sure the instructions were let him run his race, don't push him too hard, don't whip him, etc., etc. If he looks fit in the paddock, folks, I think I'd rather bet him than Anzac Pimpernel. Ran a decent race, but he was pushed to beat Grandpa, and subsequently Grandpa has run very, very ordinary race. So Cat Whisker Ramu's horse, he is very fast, and there is a dynamic force who has been gelded and is working very well after the gelding. So it's a small field but a competitive. But my vote goes to, if he looks fit in the paddock and makes coat shining and arch and all my parameters, then I'll bang him. Otherwise, I kind of leave him alone. The 6th race, folks, it's a class 3. Honestly speaking, it's a handicapper's nightmare sort of a race. I can make a case of almost 11 horses out of here, honestly speaking, folks. Very, very difficult to find a guy who's going to cross the wire first in this race. Better off with the place, but there's a horse called Four Wheel Drive, there's a Golden Vision, there is See My Hills, there's Scribbling Hopper. All of them had their day. They won. Liker Gus ran very good. Panama was bet down heavily, but then no show. So I don't know. I either want to bet somebody in place or leave the race alone. Winner finding totally out of question in this race. Race number 7, folks. Again, the Sunday Silence Plate Division 1, 1400 meters. Again, it's a no whip race for 5 years and over. Dragon's Gold, Parvati Bairamji's horse, folks, was bet down like as if the race is over. Ran pathetic. I think one of the reasons, as I mentioned before, is they worked them too hard, and then come the race time, nothing left in the tank. That's one of the reasons. I rather go with a horse called Hope Island. John Boy is riding. So Johnny and Imran Chisti, folks, both are quite old now for being jockey, but they still ride at 19 years old. Hats off to them for having such a energy at this age and winning also. Then there is a horse called, one more horse is there, the Strength by what's his name? Sharat Kumar's horse. If the betting comes, folks, you can take a small flutter bet on place. But Hope Island probably is my, if Dragon's Gold odds are very short and all, I'd rather leave him alone, folks. Anyways, folks, as I said, races are very open and competitive. Hang on to your tenor, just be selective, bet 2-3 races and be happy. Bombay race day always much better than this sort of centers these days. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Take care.